Hello, one and all. This is Axel Myth speaking, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, where it's been 2 weeks. At least last week I recorded Luigi's Mansion, I guess. But no, in all seriousness, this time, as promised, we're gonna go check out some of these red flags. Aha. 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 I think that's the actual one that will lead us somewhere. But, you know, why not? Let's just... Hold on. Oh, no, that's something else. Sorry, I thought I saw a red flag right under me, so I was like, oh, well, if I'm that close to one. But, so yeah, we're just gonna check out some of these red flags. We're pretty much gonna warp most places, honestly. So don't you worry about a thing. There we go. So I was just thinking about a topic, just before I started recording. And, it was about PC gaming and 120 frames a second. And I just don't understand why people make that a big deal. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're doing, like, excuse me. Don't get me wrong, if you're doing like Fortnite or whatever competitively. Oh, I missed it. If you're doing Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever, you know, the competitive games, even Smash Brothers I kind of get to an extent. You know, the competitive scene. If you're part of that, I can relate a little more. But, like, do you really need 120 frames a second to play The Legend of Zelda? I want you to ask yourself that. I want you to ask yourself that real good. If, like, you're probably trying to make the game look as, like, the best it could be, right? And, you know, that's just something I can't... That's something I can't fault you for, right? I don't... You know, that doesn't... That makes sense. Trying to make the game look the best it can be. But what really kind of irks me about that is... Oh, apparently I need to do that first. You need to bring it over here first. There we go. But what really irks me about it is that, like, you know, again, it's not even that, like, you know, people liking 120 frames a second irks me. I just don't understand, like, why it's such a big deal. You know what I mean? Because, like, I play this, and I don't need 120 frames a second for this. And I feel like that's okay, you know? But, you know, I've heard people say consoles suck because they cap out at 60 frames a second. And, like, I don't think... Why is that still appearing? The flag is still there, but I saw that already. Am I even in the right spot? I just sliced the horse, I'm sorry. Okay, well I am at the flag right now, so I'm assuming that that's not it. Why Why is the flag appearing? Whatever. Let's see, what else? I'm gonna warp somewhere else. I'm gonna warp to the bridge of Eldon, because that's where the next flag is. But anyway. Yeah, I just don't get why consoles suck, because they don't reach that capacity, you know what I mean? Because for the most part, you don't need it, you know? Most people don't need it. Again, if you want to make the game look the best it can, you do you. But I'm just like, you know, this is the, I don't know. Not want to go all, this is the way the game, you know, the creators intended it, because then that brings up a whole bunch of other arguments that I don't really care about or want to get into. But really, then what is this bird statue good for? Uh-oh. What'd I do? What did I just do? Oh, one sky character. Oh, crap. So that means I have to go back to that other one. There we go. Let's get this out real quick. See how much fast... This is going to just be slightly faster with the horse, I feel like. Maybe not. Because, you know, you have to call the horse, get on the horse, and whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like that's going to be faster. And I know it's like, let people like what they like. But, you know, at the same time, why isn't that a thing that we have for console gamers? Like, why can't people just let console gamers, you know, like what they like, and not have to hear the, you know, how much better their PC is compared to, you know, my Wii U from 2012. Know what I mean? Like, yeah, even at the time we knew the Wii U was behind. Like, who cares? And I guess that was kind of something else that I thought of too, was the people who are more graphic snobs. There's not one over there. Okay, so there's like two right there. Okay, so wait, no, Lake Haya would not be close. I'm gonna have to check it out, but I'm gonna be up here. Either way, I believe that those two bird statues are above Lake Hylia and not down there. They might be, but this is where the horse comes in handy, because that's gonna be a bit of a walk. Anyway, graphic snobs. Like, I know that graphics have always been the thing to kind of push gaming forward a little bit. That and just general knowledge of, you know, game development and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, I do think that graphics all depend on what you're trying to do with the game. You know what I mean? Like, you know, yes, this game... Yes, Twilight Princess might, you know, be a little better if it looked slightly better, but, like... You know, I don't know. I think I figured out what I need to do. There we go. Dang it. Don't tell me. A step or two over. Dang it. I got it. Because, like, yeah, I would totally... If Twilight Princess had Breath of the Wild's art style, I have no doubt in my mind that Twilight Princess would at least look better, but, you know, it wouldn't make it necessarily a better game. Come on, quit rolling, idiot. Why is he rolling? I'm just trying to get this treasure chest, bro. There we go. I had to bring out my sword for that one. Nice. Oh, dang it, I capped out at 500. Okay. So that might be something else that we go do, is drop some coin off to Milo, so that I don't, you know, waste any more coinage. I only use Twilight Princess as an example, and I don't necessarily think that Twilight Princess is a bad game. I mean, it definitely has its elements that I could deal without, but, you know... And, like, nobody's arguing that the 64 games wouldn't look better, or, you know, might be better if they did have modern graphics. But, you know, I kind of got to thinking, like, you know, like with the frame rate, at some point, would we have even noticed? Okay, so, like, yeah, with frame rate, if you have... Hold on. I'm showing, like... I can't tell if that's a flag or what. Sorry, I'm like seeing something on my mini-map. That is... No, wait, that's where I teleported in from. Ugh, I wish they had that different color than the flags. Sorry, on the mini-map, I'm like seeing this flag, but it's the arrow that tells me where I came in from. You know what I mean? But anyway. And yeah, like, but like I was saying, you know, with, you know, the ideal frame rate is that you want it at least above 24, right? Because when you start getting below 24, you start getting a little choppy. You know, Ocarina of Time at its absolute worst is like 12 frames a second, I want to say. And then when you get below that, when you get to like 8 and below, you get to like the original Star Fox on the Super Nintendo type of deal, where it's bad, you know what I mean? It starts getting slideshowy or like very Nintendo Smash Brothers Online type deal when it doesn't want to run. So, you know, so like I know that frame rate can be a big deal. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? You know. And that obviously applies to graphics as well. It can matter, but like if graphics stop growing at the Xbox 360 and PS3, I'm using those because those were like the last real giant jumps in graphical capability where you could really tell a difference. All right, like there was. It was like going from not quite 64, but it was like looking at a 64 and then comparing it to a Dreamcast. Not quite like the game, you know, the difference of like a GameCube and a see what I did there? Not quite like the difference of night and day between like Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, right? But, you know, but arguably from the GameCube to the 360, or, you know, the original Xbox to the 360, whatever, that was arguably a giant leap. Right? But if it stopped there, would we have even noticed? I don't really know the answer to that, right? I don't know if that... Okay, that's where I came in at. Okay, so it looks like I got all the... Looks like I got all the flags over here. Sorry, I'm kind of being scatterbrained with it. Okay, so I'm not seeing very many flags anymore. And this is probably just a crappy controversial opinion. But, you know, to me at some point, I don't think it really mattered. It really matters that much. Like, again, if you're going for like the best video image, then sure it matters. If you're going for, you know, competitive gameplay, or you just want the game to look the best it can be, just like with graphics, yeah, sure, it matters. But to the normal, quote-unquote, normal person, whatever that is, I just don't think that it really matters. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not... Like, here's the thing, okay? There is a definite difference between not noticeable and doesn't matter, okay? Because for example... There we go. Wouldn't let me put it back. I just learned that... Oh, there we go. Okay. This is a puzzle. Interesting. I just learned that my camera can even go up to 60 frames a second, okay? That was not something I knew before that. And, you know, when I uploaded my most recent video to my other YouTube channel, 100% I noticed the difference. Like, I was moving so smooth according to my camera, and, you know, same thing goes, you know, before it was like 30 frames a second, right? So, crud. This is gonna be a pain. Put it away. Thank you. But I don't really think it mattered that much that, you know... Okay, I see. I see. Sorry, trying to figure this puzzle out. But I don't really think it mattered that much that my camera could... Between the two, you know what I mean? Between the 30 frames and the 60 frames. Like, yeah, one looks nicer. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, I don't think... And I'll definitely keep it at that 60 frames a second now that I know that it's there. But... You know, it's hard to explain, but I just don't really think that it mattered that much. Or that it matters that much. And, you know, I was kind of getting to the same thing with graphics, where, like, I don't think... So, like, take the best looking game on the 360, okay? In my opinion... That is The Force Unleashed. It's not, but from what I've seen, honestly, it's the best looking game is probably like, I don't know, crud. Oh, I just wasted that rupee. That was 100. Oh well, the show must go on. I'm gonna teleport back to Kakariko, just so you guys are aware what I'm doing. Except I'm gonna start from Bridge of Eldin, so I'm doing something on screen while I wait for daylight to come back. And I can also just talk longer without having to stop and talk for people. But as I was trying to say, you take, you know, Force Unleashed graphics and apply it to, or even, I think GTA 5 was PS4. But, you know, you just take those good-looking graphics and apply them to most games, and, you know, nowadays... And I don't think that it would matter, you know what I mean? Skyrim ain't that bad of a looking game either, but, you know, again, like you have... I think that's like the best thing to compare to the, Breath of the Wild argument, that, like, there's no doubt that, you know, because of its art style... Mostly, Breath of the Wild does look slightly better than Skyrim, right? But again, that doesn't make Skyrim any less fun. You know what I mean? It doesn't ruin the Skyrim experience because it looks slightly worse. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I think at some point. You can definitely notice it, but it doesn't matter. I noticed that Poe up there. I think I need to leave and come back for it to be daylight or something. But then again, I've seen... crud, I think this is the graveyard or Goron, or we're going up to Death Mountain. Yeah, this is Death Mountain. And that doesn't really go back to Kakariko Village unless you come through this way. wonder if it would let me do it back here. There we go. Because what I'm trying to do is get Midna to activate her little L button thing. Nope. Are you serious? Then how do you even? I'm trying to figure out how to get up to the top. There's got to be some way, right? Oh, look, there's another one up there. How do you even get up there? I didn't realize there was like 3 flippin' Poe at Kakariko Village. I think I've noticed 1 or 2 before, but I don't think I've ever seen that there was 3. Especially the one behind that tree there. Okay, so there's got to be a way, right? Aha. Yeah, I just figured it out. So I'm either going for the house. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot that you could... I forgot that Barnes' Boomer Shop has a 2nd floor that you could just go up. My bad. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. Not really something I wanted to accomplish, but hey. As long as I'm here, right? No, let's just stay a wolf, because... Oh, come on! Hopefully that one comes back. Okay, what is up with this camera? I think it's stuck on something. There we go. I don't think I realized. Maybe that was a place you went into the beginning of the game, but I don't think... Uh-oh. Too close to the edge. Too close for comfort. So then there's one more over that direction by the lake. I'll figure that one out in a little bit here, because I can get into this building that I don't think I've ever been in before. If I have, which I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've been here, I just don't remember it. Okay, you can't take your sword out, so then I'm not gonna stand here for like 5 minutes and do that. Yeah, I must have been here before, because I already grabbed the treasure chest. But yeah, you do you with how good you want your games to be, but just let people like me have the game that we want to have. You know what I mean? Because oh, jeez, sorry. Because I'm okay with games at 30 frames a second. You know, I'm okay with games that aren't at their max. Okay, so that really needs more of a, like, the hook shot than the claw shot. There's not... I'm not seeing a way to get up there very well. Not seeing anything to claw shot onto. Am I supposed to take a chicken all the way up there to float down to that Poe? Because that seems like a really tough thing to do. Because I have no doubt that if I grabbed the chicken, I could make it from that building all the way to that Poe. But I just feel like that would be a giant pain in the booty. But sure, let's try it. Come here, Chiggy. But one issue is that once I get up there, I can't. What was I saying? Once I get up there, I can't go inside the building with the chicken. The cuckoo, whatever you want to call it. I know it's a cuckoo, but or whatever, but it's a chicken, right? Okay, so apparently the brown one is the best option here. Because I feel like with the brown one I would have made it. This is attempt number 2. Really. I'm going to... I feel like I just saw another Poe. Okay, well, I just clipped through that, so apparently not. Attempt number 3. I keep clipping through that thing, so I guess you have to go for the house. Or the shop, whatever. I'm going to try to keep this at around the 45-minute mark, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. So that means I might have to skip around to actually the important stuff I'm doing this part, I guess, because, yeah, there's a lot of... Seems like there's a lot of crap this part that doesn't really need to be added. I don't know if I'm going to get enough air. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to at least try for these boards over here. Maybe that will get me over to that Poe. I'm not really sure, but I'll try. Is there anything else to jump on? Guess maybe this house? I wonder what happens when you bomb the top of this thing. I'm sorry, boom the top of this thing. Don't walk off, please. Fair enough. Come on! Stupid chicken. Come on, Pollo. Bojo has gained a level. Okay, so... Come on. There we go. So, yeah, I'm just kind of stuck here with... The Poe is right over there. How do you get over there? Alright, so this is attempt number 4. Yeah, this is attempt number 4. I guess I'm just gonna go for it, see if I can actually get over there, because there's obviously a Poe within that, within those 3 boulders right there, but like, how do you even? walk off. There we go. I'd have been a little angry if he walked off and I would have probably just stopped. I mean, if nothing else... Oh yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not even gonna make it to the house at this point. Descending too fast. If nothing else, I'll just come back to it when we actually start doing that type thing. But I feel like there's a way to get up there, but how? How is the question? I don't see a statue to just grab and try to get over there, but whatever. So anyway, on to the mission at hand. Music has started, so that means it is actually day out right now. This is what I wanted to do right here. I wanted to give my 500 rupees to Malomart. So then we can finally start getting that magic armor. Connecting East Castle Town to Hyrule Field.
Those corrupt price gouging shops in Castletown are officially on notice. Soon they will rue.
We hope to continue financial support with our efforts to sell products in town discounted prices, brother.
Hold on, was there more that I had to give him, or was that done? Because he said there's 500 left, but what does that mean? Okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I just gave him however much, but now I have to give him 2,000. So that's amazing. And I just wasted like, what, 200 rupees? So, yeah, oops. So let's go. I accidentally, forgot what I was doing. So now, I'm gonna go back to Ordon Village and actually complete a thought. This is probably the lowest my lantern has ever gotten. That's because... basically just because you need it so little in this game, typically. I cut it out, but yeah, apparently you need to do this every once in a while. You know, fling the lantern around. Because otherwise, you'll walk right into the smoke and die. Well, you know, you'll lose a heart or whatever and end up back where you started. But, you know, apparently that's a thing. Says the thing is up there. But I could have to go to the other from the other side. I'm gonna assume that that's what that means. Don't want the lantern out for too long, otherwise you're just gonna use up all that, and you don't want that. All of the oil, and you don't want that. Using up all your oil is not a good idea, because then you have to, well, I mean, I guess it does give you something to use your rupees on. which, as I've stated before, is like one of my biggest complaints about Zelda games after a certain point. That they give you so many arrows and bombs typically, which, don't get me wrong, is good game design, so that, you know, your player doesn't have to turn around, go all the way back to get items, but on the other hand, it kind of makes your currency, you know, useless. Just the sad truth of game design. Can't make everybody happy. Okay, so I don't have any rupees, so unfortunately I used the rest of my rupees. Which, if I might have to take one of these days and grind rupees. I might just have to do that. Not something I necessarily want to do, but you know, I might have to try to do that. I don't think you can walk that thing. You might be able to. Might be interesting to try. Walk this thing all the way to, nope, because there's that crevice there. Interesting. 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 I kind of figured, but I wasn't sure. I keep saying I figured when I actually didn't know what was going to happen if I did that, but I just kind of said it there because I knew you couldn't get it out. Nice. Nice. That was a good one. That was a good find. I'm not going back though. I don't have to. So I believe I now have all of those sky characters or whatever. I have a feeling that there's a Poe around up here at night, and that's going to be super annoying to find out. Anyway, so after that, we're going to, as long as there's no more, I feel like that's like always the last couple times. That's always been the last one of the bird statues I go for. But yeah, now we take it back to oh, what's his name? Turn the information we found out into what's his face, and you know, move on from there. This video might be closer to an hour, I don't know. Shad. I could not remember that. Just come in here, give the information to Shad, as I've already said.
Oh, Smalls, did you read my letter? As it turned out, that word I learned from you didn't do anything with the statues I found. After all that, I wondered how that word was supposed to be used.
What the hell are you talking about?
Is that the book from last time? There are more letters in the... There are more letters in the word than the last time I looked at this. How did you investigate the... Smalls, this is amazing. Quite amazing. Now this must be the word we need. Let's try it immediately.
He's actually chanting something. Interesting.
Oh, it is taken on the same shape as the other statues. What can this mean? And I thought we had solved the last of the riddles. Blast! How confounding! I must apologize, Smalls. I need to cool off a tad before I mull this problem further. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, we know. Just move that by now.
Smalls! How in the blazes did you move that statue? And what's this? Oh my. Amazing, spectacular. This must be the sky cannon I read about in my father's notes. I knew that my intuition was onto something when it led me here. But how can one use this to get to the city in the sky? Stunning. I almost feel nervous. Just think, if we could get this to work, we could actually reach the city in the sky. A cannon, huh? What do you plan to do with this?
Warp.
Except that guy's still watching us. Ah! Perhaps I am in your way? Well, forgive me for not realizing. I should just disappear at times like this, really. So, let me know the results of another time, Smalls. Ah, yes! Let me give you one last piece of advice. That seems to be broken, so you do well to show it to a cannon expert first, I should say. Farewell!
I wonder if I put him off. You're the one who basically told him to get the hell out of here.
A cannon, huh? What do you plan to do with this?
You see, in the game, it's a little... No, that's the Gerudo. There we go. Lake Hylia. In this game, it's a little ambiguous whether or not they know about Minna or not, but in the manga, they flat out just do. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of a interesting difference. And it really does make... Oh, there was a Kuko back... There was an Uku back there. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, it was... It makes me wonder if they even know, really, about Minna. I mean, she appears right in front of their face, so I would have to assume that they do. If you guess we have to talk to this guy, you are correct. Hey, buddy. So, is that yours? Hey, buddy. I never thought you'd get so hooked on fascination that you'd try to build your own cannon. So what, are you gonna give me a tour or what? Looks like you have a serious rig over there. Whoa, it's kind of, retro, huh? There's no ignition device, so you can't even use it.
Listen, buddy, I suppose I might be able to fix it for you. I mean, maybe. That is, if you could pay me 300 rupees in advance. What do you say? I don't know. This thing looks pretty complicated. If you want to get this done right, you're going to have to pay for it. Well, I gotta get back to work here, buddy. You cannot be serious right now. In case you didn't know, I forgot that you had to pay him. So, I guess I'm gonna have to do that rupee grinding after all. So that's gonna be boring, but I know that somebody's figured out how to scam this game into giving you a bunch of rupees real fast. Like, there has to be a way to do that. There almost is in every game. So, but I'm not... I will fill you in if I find that, but I'm not gonna make you guys sit there and watch me play this game for hours just to get rupees, okay? So I think I'm just gonna stop this part here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and, you know, I appreciate you guys watching, and, you know, I hope you guys keep watching this Let's Play. I kind of enjoy making it. So, hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you later.